ABC7 Bangor.
This is ABC 7 News at Noon.
An investigation into illegal night hunting led to a substantial drug arrest in Hancock County. Good afternoon. I'm Susan Farley. Governor Mills has announced $5 million in new climate investments, and transportation leaders gathered in Augusta to connect on the latest news in technology. Thank you for joining us. We'll have more on these and other stories in just a moment. Now to a situation in Medway. The state police tactical team is there. AJ Douglas joins us with the details. AJ?
I'm here in Medway on the scene where police have shut down Grindstone Road. We spoke to local school officials that say that Opal Myriad, Medway Middle School, and the local high school have shut down due to safety concerns. State police are on the scene assisting with the matter, yet officials have not yet confirmed what's surrounding this ongoing incident. In Medway, AJ Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
Now let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
Hey Susan, TGIF, your first weather forecast brought to you by Luigi and Fredericks, across from Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. All right, we have a couple of alerts in effect again this afternoon. We have high wind watches up until 7 o'clock Saturday. Gale watches up until Sunday at 1 a.m. And, of course, these alerts may vary depending on location, so we'll pull this map down just a little bit, though, and some of these will last until early Sunday morning as well, as we're going to be watching out for gusty winds with another system that will begin to move in with, again, some of those gusty winds that will get close to 40 miles per hour at times. We are watching for increasing clouds. We're seeing some showing up on the radar and satellite, and those will only increase as we head towards the overnight period tonight, with the rainfall arriving for the daytime tomorrow and those gusty winds. But for now, we're quiet out there with high pressure to the south that's keeping us very quiet, and the wind, not even a big deal at all. But futurecast moving forward, though, a lot of sunshine, a few passing clouds, but the clouds really get going later on tonight and at the daytime tomorrow. And by about noon or so, that's when the rain will begin to move in. And of course, we have gusty winds we'll have to watch out for. Today, not too bad out of the south at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, really increasing. Look at the pressure gradient here. These winds increasing to 20 miles per hour, sustained at times, and gusts up to 25, even 40 miles per hour, or 35 to 40 miles per hour cannot be ruled out either. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, a lot of sunshine and maybe a few passing clouds before it sets early. Temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Susan?
Thank you, Devin. An investigation into illegal night hunting led to a substantial drug arrest in Hancock County. A Deerall man and his girlfriend are facing a slew of charges following an investigation that began in early November. Officials say that's when 42-year-old Dexter Bray of Deerall was found with fentanyl and thousands in cash while being checked out for illegal night hunting. Maine drug agents ended up getting a search warrant for his home on Wednesday. As a result of that raid, Bray and 42-year-old Heather Davis were both arrested and charged with aggravated trafficking of fentanyl. During the search of the couple's home, police found 23 grams of fentanyl, 6 grams of crack cocaine, and over $16,000 in suspected drug proceeds. They also seized 46 guns. At last report, Bray and Davis were being held at the Hancock County Jail without bail. A third person has been arrested in connection with a Penobscot County drug trafficking investigation. 25-year-old Dylan Ireland is charged with aggravated drug trafficking. On Thursday, Maine Drug Enforcement agents seized an additional 482 grams of fentanyl from a motel in Newport. 2 other people were arrested at the Maple Ridge Mobile Home Park in Corinna on Tuesday. Ireland's bail has been set at $10,000 cash. Maine State Police were called to the scene of a crash in Belgrade Thursday morning involving a car and railroad equipment. It all happened on Route 27 in front of Hammond Lumber Company. A car driven by 83-year-old William Brockman of Smithfield was traveling south when he collided with a machine called a railroad tamper. As you can see in the pictures, the car sustained serious damage. Bachman was transported to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The driver of the tamper, 19-year-old Bryce Willett, suffered minor injuries. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. A Presque Isle man has died at the Maine State Prison in Warren. A spokesperson for the Maine Department of Corrections tells us that 59-year-old Robert Carney died just before 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday. The Maine Attorney General's office and the State Medical Examiner's office were called in, as is standard procedure for deaths within the state prison system. Carney had been incarcerated since August of 2021. He was serving 20 years with all but 8 years suspended for aggravated trafficking. Governor Mills has announced new climate investments that she says will help protect Maine communities and create good-paying clean energy jobs. Matthew Juronsik has more on the story.
We will be the generation that protects this precious place we call home so that future generations may live in a Maine that is as beautiful and bountiful as it is today.
On the second anniversary of Maine Won't Wait, which is the name of the state's climate action plan, Governor Janet Mills set forth more than $6 million to help make Maine a clean state.
First, I'm investing an additional $2.9 million for 91 Maine communities to benefit from our Community Resilience Partnership. Secondly, I'm investing another $2.5 million from my Maine Jobs and Recovery Plan in workforce grants to 9 organizations in Maine as part of our Clean Energy Partnership.
According to Maine Climate Council co-chair Hannah Pingree, she says the 4-year plan has goals that are far-reaching into the future with the intention of reducing emissions and to help combat climate change.
The plan has sparked all kind of action all over Maine. So everything from a record number of heat pump deployments, energy efficiency, weatherization. Obviously, there's a lot of work to do to prepare Maine for the kinds of changes we're seeing, but it's very heartening to see so much action happening across the state.
And even in the midst of planning for a clean future, Efficiency Maine Trust Executive Director Michael Stoddard says these investments may not show their effects immediately.
It's going to be a tough winter. I think everyone should prepare themselves for the fact that these high energy prices are here to stay for this winter. I don't think that they will last long past this year, but we got to all do the best we can and pull together.
Matthew Juronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22.
The Maine Better Transportation Association held its 71st Maine Transportation Conference in Augusta. More than 700 transportation leaders gathered in the Augusta Civic Center, where members connected on the latest transportation news and technology. This is the first time the event has been held in person since 2019 due to the pandemic. The theme of this year's conference was Where Challenges Meet Opportunities, Maine's Unique Transportation Need. Maine Department of Transportation Commissioner Bruce Van Note says it's important to highlight the significance transportation has on our everyday lives.
It's fundamental. Everything we do every day, whether you ate breakfast this morning, it came on a truck or a train. You went to work today. Most of you probably drove in some kind of personal vehicle. It just affects everybody every day. It makes a huge difference, and this is a conference to highlight that fact.
Van Note says that even though he doesn't have an idea of next year's theme, he'd like to talk about the successes of Maine's transportation industry. Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, it's been a while coming, but they broke ground for a new fire station in Newburgh yesterday. We'll have the details when we return.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Have both Medicare and Medicaid? Now's the time to explore your options and choose the coverage that's right for you. Choose a plan that offers you more benefits at no additional cost. Millions of members turn to WellCare for benefits and services that go beyond basic Medicare and help them lead better, healthier lives. Choose a plan with zero or low monthly premiums, co-pays, and deductibles. And with WellCare, you don't just pay less, you get more. More dental with comprehensive coverage, including dentures and crowns. More vision and hearing with an eyewear allowance and hearing aids. Plus prescription drug coverage with $0 preferred generics and free home delivery. Call us at 1-877-267-8416 to speak to a friendly licensed representative and request a free all-in-one guide. There's no obligation. We're here to help you review your options to see if a WellCare plan is the right decision for you. WellCare has a large network of quality doctors and specialists. Plus, we offer PPOD SNPs with the freedom and flexibility to choose your preferred provider in some areas. Enjoy free over-the-counter healthcare items and free groceries with a healthy food card. Plus, free transportation to doctors and pharmacies and free meals delivered to your home. Get convenient access to care with our telehealth services, including online doctor visits and a free gym membership with online classes. WellCare is a leader in government-sponsored health care. It has been serving those with Medicare, Medicaid, and prescription drug for more than 35 years. Call now. We're here to answer your questions and even assist enrolling you over the phone. Choose the company that puts your health first. WellCare, Medicare done well. Call now and get a free copy of our all-in-one guide. 1-877-267-8416.
Hank's Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations, 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to snow blowers, everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hank's Husqvarna, Carmel or Newport.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
There's some good news for patients and families at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center. The hospital has announced an expanded visitation schedule for the foreseeable future. Among the changes, patients will now be allowed to have 2 visitors in their rooms, even more in some cases. It's also easing restrictions during the delivery of babies and surgeries. Northern Light says they recognize the important role loved ones play in the healing process. Health Equity Alliance held its annual World AIDS Day gathering with the hope of encouraging compassion, honoring history, and encouraging conversation. This comes after the Ellsworth City Hall reading of the 2022 World AIDS Day proclamation. When asked about the importance of the proclamation, advocates emphasized the need to educate.
Nobody's thinking about the community living with HIV/AIDS except for on these days anymore, and so the stigma builds, the education isn't there, we're not talking about it. So to dedicate a day of the year to say, this is a day we're going to think about it, we're going to talk about it, we're going to ask people about it, is a very important thing.
There's still a fight to be fought. There's still people to be taken care of. There's still our neighbors and loved ones and friends and family that still need our compassion and our thoughtfulness. And so it's something it's so wonderful that we've made progress, but it's nothing that's gone by the wayside.
For more details, visit their website at mainehealthequity.org or on their social media. Ground was broken Thursday for a new fire station in the town of Newburgh. The existing station was built by volunteers and served the town for a lot of years, but an inspector found it needed extensive repairs that would be expensive. The new fire station will be part of a municipal complex that already houses Newburgh's municipal offices. Voters approved the $2.3 million for it back in June. A recount will be held Monday to determine a winner in a very close race for a seat with the Somerset County Commissioners. A candidate in the District 5 race won by just a single vote, and the recount will be held to determine who will get to serve as commissioner. The certified results show that Joel Stetkus is leading that race with 1,270 votes. Lloyd Trafton has 1,269. The recount will be held Monday morning in Augusta. Senate President Troy Jackson and Speaker of the House-elect Rachel Talbot Ross have announced plans to create a joint select committee on housing. They say it's in response to Maine's ongoing housing crisis. The new committee's limited scope will allow members to focus solely on critical housing issues around the state. Senate President Troy Jackson said, quote, "The housing crisis in this state is not a southern Maine problem or an Aroostook County problem. It's a Maine problem. Folks all across the state are struggling to find quality, affordable housing options that are close to work and are suitable for their families. It's adding to our workforce shortage and making it harder for employers to attract workers," end quote. Maine Housing reports that the housing market has outpaced average household income in almost every county amid a shortage of houses for sale. Community Health and Counseling introduced a pilot program that they hope will be a win-win for both landlords and people transitioning from being homeless to new housing. With money from Maine Housing, Community Health and Counseling plans to work as a middleman between landlords that offer properties to people in transition that are already working with organizations in the community to help get them into their own rental properties.
The goal is to have some financial resources to alleviate some of the barriers that prevent some of the landlords from maybe renting to this population, individuals who are currently unhoused and unsheltered.
Hamilton says that money can be spent in a number of ways to help bridge the gaps of the process of getting people into transition into new housing, everything from security deposit help to fixing up properties so they can qualify for the program. After the break, a study shows that breastfeeding may have benefits later in life. We'll take a look when we return.
Hear that music? It can only mean breakfast bagels are back at McDonald's. Imagine a fluffy egg, 2 slices of cheese, plus your choice of a steak patty, bacon, or sausage, all in a toasted bagel. That's right, the steak, egg, and cheese bagel, bacon, egg, and cheese bagel, and sausage, egg, and cheese bagels are all back, but only for a limited time at McDonald's.
We're no football players.
But we do know a lot about Medicare.
So why call some out-of-state 800 number?
When help is right here at home.
Listen to what these people have to say.
My insurance kept going up and up and up and up.
I could never have navigated through the loopholes.
Gave me all my options and signed me up with what I needed within an hour.
Senior Planning Center was a lifesaver for us.
Oh, by the way,
we represent most Medicare health plans.
I'm Phil Levesque, president of Levesque Business Solutions. We're a family-owned Maine business since 1963.
We're your one-stop shop for great office products at affordable rates. From copiers to office furniture to PPE, we've got it all warehoused right here in Bangor. We're your local small Maine business with a dedicated staff providing honest and friendly customer service, top-of-the-line tech support, and the option of in-house leasing. Let us help you get back to business.
I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. Winning car accident cases is what we do. Check out a few of our big wins.
I broke my wrist and they got me $185,000. What did the twos do for you?
I injured my hip and they got me $260,000. What did the twos do for you?
I needed multiple surgeries and Lowry & Associates got me $350,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222.
Hi folks, this is Barry Gass of Gas Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono. We've been in business since 1911, and our third-generation family-owned business can't wait to show you our unique line of Western wear and Western tack. We have Western boots, shirts, hats, belts, and buckles for the entire family, and Western tack from bridles to saddles and everything in between for your horse.
Gas Horse Supply and Western Wear, where the American West comes alive in Maine.
The Senate passed a bipartisan bill forcing rail workers to abide by a deal that will keep the trains rolling. But lawmakers rejected a move to add guaranteed sick leave the unions had been fighting for. The country dodged a bullet just as the economy is showing some signs of encouragement. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has more.
This morning, an economic crisis averted.
We're going to avoid the rail strike, keep the rails running, keep things moving.
President Biden is poised to sign a bill that will prevent a major rail strike after the Senate passed a resolution requiring rail workers to accept a tentative labor agreement.
The joint resolution is passed.
The new labor deal includes a $16,000 immediate payout, with an increase in wages and benefits to $160,000, a 24% pay raise, $5,000 performance bonuses, maintaining access to health care plans, and an additional day of paid personal leave.
What was negotiated was so much better than anything they ever had.
For leaders of at least 4 major unions, that agreement still falls short.
I don't have paid sick leave.
The deal only includes a single day of paid sick leave for workers. An effort to secure 7 days of leave was voted down in the Senate on Thursday. It is the first time in decades that Congress has used its powers to intervene and stop a strike, but the consequences could have been crippling for businesses as we head into the holidays. It comes as we see positive new signs in the economy. Gas prices are falling across the country, now the lowest since before Russia invaded Ukraine in February. AAA reporting the national average for unleaded gas now at $3.47 per gallon. That's down about 12 cents in the last week. Gas Buddy predicts prices could fall below $3 per gallon by Christmas.
This is putting real money back into people's pockets. A few reasons for this. One is we're not driving as much because the busy summer driving season is behind us. Lots of refineries here that were offline because of maintenance and repairs are back up to speed.
And the November jobs report that is out today will provide a snapshot of the market, which is expected to show slow but strong growth.
Breastfeeding is important for babies' nutrition and immune function, but it also may help their brain performance later in life. With more, here's ABC's Alex Prochet.
Many parents of newborns have a choice to make: feed the baby breast milk, formula, or both. Those options aren't available to everyone, but for those who can breastfeed, a new study shows there are benefits for children well into their teenage years. Researchers at the University of Oxford followed nearly 8,000 babies from birth until age 14, studying how long the children were breastfed and the impact that had later on in their verbal and spatial abilities. They found a slight advantage for breastfeeding if the babies were breastfed for at least 1 year. This was true even if they also received formula. It may be that any amount of breastfeeding is helpful. If you have the ability to breastfeed your baby, consider doing so for at least a year. With this Medical Minute, I'm Alex Prochet, ABC News.
When we return, Devin Biggs has your 5-day forecast.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Have both Medicare and Medicaid? Now's the time to explore your options and choose the coverage that's right for you. Choose a plan that offers you more benefits at no additional cost. Millions of members turn to WellCare for benefits and services that go beyond basic Medicare and help them lead better, healthier lives. Choose a plan with zero or low monthly premiums, co-pays, and deductibles. And with WellCare, you don't just pay less, you get more. More dental with comprehensive coverage, including dentures and crowns. More vision and hearing with an eyewear allowance and hearing aids. Plus prescription drug coverage with $0 preferred generics and free home delivery. Call us at 1-877-267-8416 to speak to a friendly licensed representative and request a free all-in-one guide. There's no obligation. We're here to help you review your options to see if a WellCare plan is the right decision for you. WellCare has a large network of quality doctors and specialists. Plus, we offer PPO D-SNPs with the freedom and flexibility to choose your preferred provider in some areas. Enjoy free over-the-counter healthcare items and free groceries with a healthy food card. Plus, free transportation to doctors and pharmacies and free meals delivered to your home. Get convenient access to care with our telehealth services, including online doctor visits and a free gym membership with online classes. WellCare is a leader in government-sponsored health care. It has been serving those with Medicare, Medicaid, and prescription drug for more than 35 years. Call now. We're here to answer your questions and even assist enrolling you over the phone. Choose the company that puts your health first. WellCare, Medicare done well. Call now and get a free copy of our all-in-one guide. 1-877-267-8416.
When it comes to tuna noodle casserole, you either love it or you don't. Since I grew up on it, I think of it as a comfort food, right alongside meatloaf, pot roast, and spaghetti. When it first became popular in the 1950s, it was known as the dish that anyone with a can opener could make. Today, however, there are many variations that turn this basic casserole into something really special, like the easy one we're making today. We start by cooking some egg noodles according to the package instructions and draining them really well. Meanwhile, we combine some mushroom soup with some milk. Once that's mixed, we add some canned tuna, frozen peas, and a little salt and pepper. Then we add our noodles and give it a good stir. For extra richness, we add in some Swiss cheese and melted butter. Just before we pop it in the oven, we top it with some crispy, crunchy fried onions. Once it's bubbling hot, get ready to experience lots of comforting goodness. If you're still on the fence about whether you should make this or not, I say you give it a try. This version may just win you over. To get the recipe for our good old tuna noodle casserole, check out our website. I'm Howard of the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a cozy retro way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
For the 16th year in a row, gift cards will be the most requested present this holiday season. That's according to the National Retail Federation. Those plastic cards can have unintended consequences and end up as trash. Here's ABC's Ginger Z with his Climate Minute.
Gift cards everywhere. More than 3.4 billion were sold in the United States, generating $173 billion in sales in 2021 alone. While many cards are often left in wallets or drawers, some do end up in the trash, and they get illegally dumped in countries like Turkey, Malaysia, and Indonesia.
These polyvinyl chloride cards are on the naughty list this year.
Judith Enck, a former EPA regional administrator, is the founder of Beyond Plastics. They aim to reduce single-use plastic. She says polyvinyl chloride, known as PVC, isn't just bad for the environment, it's also bad for your health.
Its main ingredient, a chemical called vinyl chloride, and that is a human carcinogen.
While it is safe to handle PVC cards, it is not safe to make or dispose of them because PVC is toxic. But the good news, there's sustainable gift card options like paper cards or e-cards, which have zero waste. If you want to do more than that, ask your favorite store to stop selling PVC cards and switch to paper.
This holiday season, if consumers really care about environment and health, we want them to think twice before reaching for a PVC plastic card.
With this Climate Minute, I'm Ginger Z.
The weekend is almost here. Let's check your full forecast with Devin Biggs. Devin?
All righty, TGIF, your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. So here we are. We have a couple of alerts in effect, though. High wind watches in effect for this shade right here until 7 o'clock Saturday evening. Early Sunday morning, gale watches in effect. Of course, we'll be expecting an upgrade to possibly high wind warnings and wind advisories and gale warnings eventually, as well as we'll be watching for another system moving in with rainfall and gusty winds. So this will be causing an issue moving forward. We do have some clouds developing already this afternoon, but otherwise a mixture of clouds and sunshine will be the general idea for us today. But we're going to be watching this next system here, located right about in here. It's going to be tracking off towards the east. So this will push high pressure away, and this will give us our next opportunity for rain and maybe some decent rainfall in a few spots before we're all finished up. So again, the wind's not a big deal during the afternoon period, maybe at around 5 to 10 miles per hour, and that's about it. But really, as we head towards tomorrow, these winds really get going, especially through parts of tomorrow morning. Some gusts up to 30, even 40 miles per hour cannot be ruled out, so maybe be prepared for power outages and make sure everything outside is secured. But otherwise, moving forward, though, 2 to 4 foot wave heights being noted according to some of the buoys. Farther out towards sea, even 10 feet being noted in a few spots where the buoys are reporting. So, of course, active in some spots, and they'll be active for us moving forward soon. Average high being 39 degrees. We'll reach for the upper 30s today, really warming up Saturday into the lower 50s, middle 30s Sunday, upper 30s for you Monday, then back into 40s Tuesday into Wednesday, and also into your Thursday as well. Futurecast moving forward, though, again, a lot of sunshine and a few passing clouds. The clouds really get going later on tonight or early tomorrow morning as our next system begins to move in. The rain starts by about noon or so from west to east. It might mix in with some snow further off toward the north before temperatures really begin to warm up. But by Saturday night, the cold front moves through, and we'll see this really getting out of here with the rainfall and the clouds as well as temperatures really cool off with a few passing clouds afterward as we head towards early Sunday morning. How much rain before we're all finished up? Half inch to maybe an inch in a few spots before we're all finished up. Lesser amounts further off toward the west, with the highest amounts further off towards the east and the eastern parts of the state. But your forecast for the rest of today, upper 30s, partly cloudy, with south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 20s, mostly cloudy, but rising temperatures, so this low will be hit early, with south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, lower 50s, rain likely will be heavy at times. South wind gusting up to around 35, maybe even 40 miles per hour at times. And for Scott's Recreation extended forecast, a lot of sunshine returns on Sunday, highs falling into the mid-30s. We're back in the upper 30s on Monday with a mostly sunny sky, and more rain on Tuesday, highs in the upper 40s.
Thank you, Devin. I remember when we were doing all the stories about needing rain. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening with Peter Dubois and Beth Jones on ABC 7 News at 6. I hope you have a great weekend.
I'm Phil Levesque, president of Levesque Business.